Hey lucrative friends, I'm back with Q&A, and the question today is, if you could go back in time to when you first started your business, what advice would you give to yourself? This is a great question. What advice would I give to myself? If I could go back, I feel like there's a lot that I would say to myself. What advice would I give to myself? I would say several things in no particular order. I would say number one, you've got to focus on building your audience, right? Focus on building your audience, but you've got to train your audience to buy from you. When I first started, and this is another mistake that I see a lot of people make, is that when most people start their businesses, especially online, they focus on giving free stuff. But have you ever been at the shopping center, right? And you have people walking around with a platter of like free stuff for you to try their stuff? Do you try it every single time? Now, there are some people who do, but if you stand and you watch those who do they really go back and buy the stuff? They don't. I mean, I know friends who go past specific shops because they know there's free stuff. They would never buy from that store, but they would stop and take the free stuff. And so what a lot of people do who run their businesses online, just as they do offline, is that you train your audience to never buy from you, to only expect freebies. And then what happens is the day you then create an offer and you send that out to your people, they look at you like, what is this? It's like, you want me to give you money? And you're like, yeah, obviously I'm a business. And they're like, but don't you do free stuff? And you're like, yeah, but the free stuff was just so I can, so you can know me, like me, trust me, and then you buy from me. They're like, but I've been getting your free stuff for like a year, 2 years, 3 years. You've been giving me free stuff. No. I give money to the other person, right? The other person whose stuff I value, they get my money. And for the free stuff, I come to you. I kid you not. This is how the buyer's brain is wired. So how do you mitigate this? You mitigate this by having a balance, right? You are not a free buffet where people come in and they're just doing tasters and they're trying. You've got to make sure that you place a value on your business, on your ideas, on your time, on your energy, on your offers, on your information. And I hear you right now. You're probably going, for Pam, everything I teach is free online. Everything I teach is, they can Google it. Well, let them Google it then. Let them. You want free stuff? Let them do that, right? Now, obviously, this video is for a specific person. You've got to make sure that you have that balance, and that's something that I had to learn. I learned it the hard way, and in fact, I had to restart my entire brand. That's right. In 2019, I had to restart with a whole completely brand. When I learned this thing, I couldn't have my other brand that I had back then. Like, I couldn't change things because it was too late. I had to restart with a new brand with this truth, and that was when people knew, oh, she means business, right? And then they started to buy, and then by the grace of God, they never stopped. So that's one of the things that I would say to my younger self, and I would say to you. The other thing that I would say to you and to myself would be focus on building your email list. Now, this is something that I did do, to be fair, right? And it's something that I would stand by, right? Build your email list, but there's a caveat on that. Build your email list, but nurture the list. Meaning, don't just build your list. Don't just collect and gather emails. Please, you can do that for free, right? The real magic is in having a relationship with that list. So make sure that you are communicating with that list and you are doing it often. The third thing that I would say is don't be married to your offer, your program, your course, whatever it is, your product. Don't be married to it. Absolutely not. Right? What a lot of people do, and what I did when I first started, is I had this offer and I thought this was the best thing since sliced bread, and I'm going to sell this thing until the cows come home. And guess what? Well, the cows never came home. You see that? So don't be married to your offer. Feel free to try things. Right now, I'm always trying new things. At the end of the year, I'm throwing things out, offers, courses. I'm retiring lots of things, and I'm getting ready for the new things that will start at the beginning of the year. You've got to be good at reinventing yourself, making sure that when people see you, they, do you know that movie? I think it's called Catch Me If You Can. This isn't about the movie, but it's about that title, Catch Me If You Can. I always say that to myself, like catch me if you can, meaning, if you think this is what Pam is up to, catch me if you can, right? Because I'm switching it up all the time. You've got to switch it up all the time. You've got to find ways to reinvent yourself, ways to revamp, replenish and rejuvenate what it is that you offer. And boom, you come out and you appear a little bit different. And guess what? People notice you because you are different. Whereas a lot of people who run their businesses, they remain stale, they're stagnant, they're just doing the same things over and over again. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Even Apple revamps themselves, right? They change cameras. I mean, I bought this. This is an old iPhone. The one that I'm recording with is iPhone 16 Pro or whatever it is, right? All they've done is tweaked a couple of things, right? This is a big old company. Right? If I look at, I have my son lined up all my phones. I have so many phones from, because when you keep changing it, right? It's the same iPhone, the same brand, the same company, the same components. They change one small thing every single year. Now, if $1 billion company can do that, what about us? Right? Shouldn't we be doing that? You see that? So you've got to be revamping. So these are some of the things that I would say to my younger self. Now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments. What are some of the things that you would say to your younger self if you were to start all over again? I want to know.